There we go. Now, we have just witnessed, if you don't know, we just witnessed an NFL revolution. Shedeur Sanders' calling is greater than the NFL. Shedeur Sanders' calling is greater than football. Because one piece was moved. One piece was moved. One piece was interjected into a franchise, a multi-billion-dollar organization that has caused the domino effect of everything to change. Everything to change. Realize that what we have witnessed have never been done before. Never been done before. Yeah, it's football. And like I stated yesterday, there are a lot of life lessons that is coming out of this. Andrew Berry, because of Shedeur Sanders, has also released his full potential after 6 to 7, 8 years. What I think he's been with the Cleveland Browns. He got hired 1 week after. You already know who that old coach was. I'm not even gonna bring his name up. But now Andrew Berry, just like Shedeur Sanders, is coming into himself as a young man, a grown man with unlimited potential on a team that definitely wants him now. Andrew Berry has also by doing the right thing through Shedeur Sanders, has unleashed his full potential. And when Andrew Berry, because he unleashed Shedeur Sanders and he protected that young man, Andrew Berry, I'm going to say in a year and a half, I'm going to go ahead and give him 2 years. Andrew Berry has revolutionized the NFL. He's done it. I have seen so many sources. We pulled up the report cards. We pulled up the reports yesterday. We pulled this up. We saw everybody give Cleveland Browns A. We saw that in writing. We saw it in writing. It was written that the Cleveland Browns got all A's. And now I found some of the channels that I do trust. That's unbiased. We call a spade a spade. Trash, good. And I got those clips for you. Then I'm gonna let you go. But what Andrew Berry has did, Andrew Berry has revolutionized the NFL. The NFL, especially if Todd Monken, now everybody is saying that Andrew Berry has done his job. Now it's time for Todd Monken to bring all these pieces, all these dynamic pieces into the locker room and make it do what it do. Execute those plans. Todd Monken, when I say that the Cleveland Browns got Christmas in April, I was not playing, y'all. I know I said it. I'm going to let you hear some other people that say it. Some other people say it. But Andrew Berry has revolutionized the NFL just by doing right by one player, and that was Shedeur Sanders. See, people don't know who people are, especially spiritually, right? Imagine if Andrew Berry, what if he didn't take a chance on Shedeur Sanders? That means Andrew Berry will still be behind Paul DePodesta. That means Andrew Berry still would be behind or supporting a head coach who he probably didn't know that Kevin Stefanski could even do something like that. What if Andrew Berry, for the first time in his life since being friends with Kevin Stefanski, saw another side of Kevin Stefanski that he never thought that he would ever see? Just by doing right by Shedeur Sanders, Andrew Berry has unleashed his own power, his own leadership, his own authority. Andrew Berry has revolutionized the NFL by protecting Shedeur Sanders and bringing him to the fold. Shedeur Sanders is QB1. Shedeur Sanders is definitely QB1. Hey, good morning. Hey, thank you for that. Thank you. Do not text and drive, okay? Just listen, just tap in and listen. We finna take over the airways. 5:45 early this morning. Got that defense, they got that offense. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Listen to this.
This is looking nice. And this puts Shedeur in a much better situation, or, Deshaun. But Aqib, how much will these picks help Shedeur?
Tremendously. I think the Browns, honestly, I think they won the draft. They checked all the boxes that they needed to check, and they got good players, man. They started to revamp that line in free agency with re-signing Telvin Jenkins, Zion Johnson.
Now, if Andrew Berry didn't revolutionize the NFL through last year's draft and this draft, how could a team go from 32 to winning the draft? Winning the draft. Let's keep going.
Elton Jenkins. Now you add Spencer Fano and Austin Barber to that. I think you might be on to something. You know what I'm saying? I'm Todd Monken. He might like that situation. Then you give him a explosive, twitchy receiver, nice 6-foot receiver, who's a touchdown machine, who also gonna help. He gonna help Shedeur by putting that offense in good positions from his punt returns as well. Then you give him a 6'4", 50-50 ball, red zone problem in Boston. So I honestly think Boston, Concepcion, and Judy, them might be the 3 receivers on the field the first time they go 11 personnel.
Ooh.
I can see them guys on the field real early with Shedeur. You add Fannin Jr. and Junkins to that, shit, Monken might be on something. You know what I'm saying? He might like what he got going. So I'm excited to see him, and I think they had a great draft, and I'm excited to see what Monken do with that group.
Yeah. Cody?
Now, let's keep all this in perspective. Before Shedeur Sanders got drafted to the NFL, who was thinking about the Cleveland Browns? Who was thinking about the Cleveland Browns? Mind you, let's put everything in perspective from last year to this year. What was the only key element that got inserted into the Cleveland Browns organization? It was a player by the name of Shedeur Sanders. Let's keep going. I'm gonna hold this thought.
Been heavy on. They needed both those. How you feeling?
Yeah, no, I love the moves that Andrew Berry has made this offseason, not only in the draft, but the entire offseason.
Andrew Berry,
quarterback, whoever it is, if it's Shedeur, if it's Deshaun Watson, whoever wins that position battle in a great
better be Shedeur, but go ahead.
It very well could be Skip, and I think he should be the first guy out there throughout this offseason and get those ones reps. But I think it will be an open competition. It'll come down to whoever gives their team the best chance to win. But either way, whoever does win that quarterback battle, Andrew Berry's and putting them in a position to succeed this entire offseason.
Andrew Berry.
What they do is they go out and hire Todd Monken, who's an offensive-minded head coach and has had a lot of success as a play caller. He won back-to-back national championships with Georgia, led one of the most dominant offenses each of those years, helped Stetson Bennett become a Heisman finalist, and then he also went to Baltimore and had a lot of success, especially early on. 2023, Lamar Jackson wins the MVP. 2024, he throws for 41 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, and runs for another 400 yards. The thing I love most about Todd Monken, too, and his offense is his versatility within the scheme. He does a great job of maximizing his quarterback's potential, regardless of who it is. Stetson Bennett and Lamar Jackson.
So I just found this clip last night after my live last night. And when I said that now that Todd Monken got, I'll say 4 quarterbacks, right? He's going to develop whatever he's going to develop with Dylan Gabriel, right? His offense potential just has reached massive, unlimited potential in offense, because Andrew Berry has brought in the right personnel. Oh, y'all.
Are 2 completely opposite type of quarterbacks, yet both have had success in his offense. That's a testament to Monken, the way that he can build his offense around his quarterback.
Now, for the investors that was on Saturday talking about they had some hesitation regarding Taylen Green coming into a locker room with Shedeur Sanders. Monken can develop any quarterback. Lamar Jackson, right? Cody Kessler just said that Lamar Jackson and Stetson, who's actually in the LA Rams locker room, who Steve McVay is very fond over versus Todd Simpson coming into the locker room. 2 different quarterbacks. Todd Monken was able to develop all the quarterbacks in their own ways based off their own strengths. Vestas, this is another sign that we don't have nothing to worry about. We don't have nothing to worry about except for winning that Super Bowl, right? Let's keep going.
Next thing they did, too, before the draft is they went out and made some moves up front with the offensive line and free agency, right? They signed Zion Johnson to a 3-year, $49 million deal. They get Elton Jenkins to a 2-year deal to come in and compete. And then they get Titus Howard from Houston to also come in and solidify that offensive line. And then they nailed it in the draft. I'm with the Keeb. You could very well argue that the Browns won this draft. They go get Spencer Fano, 9th overall. They traded back for him too, added capital, and still got the guy that they wanted. He's great in pass protection. He's great in the run game. Yep. And I think he could be a day one starter at left tackle for the quarterback. They go get Casey Concepcion, who we all loved on this couch. Great route runner. He's even better with the ball in his hands too after the catch, which is a quarterback I love. Get him a crosser route, get him a hitch, get him a screen for 3 or 4 yards and let him take it for 40 and make those big time plays. And then Denzel Boston's a great compliment to him as well, a taller physical receiver that can win those 50-50 catches. So, yeah, I love it. I think Andrew Berry's done a phenomenal job this offseason putting their quarterback, whoever it may be and whoever wins that position battle, in a position to succeed next year.
Yeah, I agree with what everybody said. You know, when you hire a new head coach, it's like giving you want to give – if you bring in an artist, right, you want to give him a blank canvas and you want to give him brand new paintbrushes to create whatever masterpiece he wants. That's what you did with Todd Monken. You didn't bring him in and give him something that's already kind of painted a little bit and gave him the old brushes and say, make something out of it. You gave him a blank canvas with all new paintbrushes, and now he can create and bring in the guys that fits what he wants to do. They made it very obvious what they wanted to do this offseason. Fix this offense. Protecting the quarterback was an issue. They got sacked the 7th most last year. Bottom of the league in rushing the ball, 97 yards a game. You got a young, dynamic running back. So what do? You address the O-line. We got to get somebody to protect the quarterback, get guys that can move guys out the way so we can run the ball. You had a nice rookie at tight end. You know they trust him. He's the guy for the future. That's why they let Njoku walk, because we got a guy. Bring in some wide receivers. Give our quarterback whoever's going to be a chance, because we have
Now, just remind you, I don't know why no one is bringing up the tight end that Andrew Berry chose in the 5th round or the 4th round, that 6'5" tight end, Joe Royer, 6'5". What? I tell you what, a lot of people, they're focused on the 1st round, maybe the 2nd round players. They don't know what Andrew Berry had picked up after Emmanuel McNeil-Warren in round 3 and Taylen Green in round 6, y'all. So, hey, somebody's going to be surprised.
Good enough defense to compete with anybody, but we have to have an offense that can score some points, because a lot of the games they won, they stayed in it because of the defense. But then when you seen when the offense was putting up points, what this team can look like. So I'm excited to see what happens. They did a great job in the draft. Definitely addressed all the needs on the offensive side of the ball. So it's interesting to see where this thing is going to go. But the pieces are for sure in place, and I like the pieces they got. They didn't just go get pieces. They got pieces that fit what Todd Monken wants to do, and guys that actually fit these particular roles. And I believe that they are going to maximize it with the guys they got, man. I'm excited to see it.
So how can Andrew Berry get A's across the whole entire board from all these multiple sources and don't get ranked number 1 in the NFL? Y'all already know why. We discussed it last night. We discussed it yesterday morning. This is just proof. That Andrew Berry has revolutionized the NFL. Hold on. I got 2 more clips. I'm going to let you go because I know you got to get up and you're doing some things. Hold on. Hold on. Where's that next clip? Is this it here? Let's see here. Now, what you're about to hear Skip, right? Skip has, Skip is a Shedeur Sanders supporter. 10 toes down, right? But I didn't know this regarding Skip's evaluation regarding Taylen Green at the combine. I didn't know that, but it seemed like some people, like I said, some people did watch the combine and know of Taylen Green. Now Skip is about to give his commentary, and then you're going to have Cody Kessler come back and say, hold on, Skip, but this is how Todd Monken is going to do this thing now. And then everybody, like even Skip, had to say, okay, I can see that.
And if you remember, Akeem, the day after the combine, I did bring up Taylen Green because I watched him a lot at Arkansas, and you laughed at him because he turns the ball over a lot. He did in the SEC. But I just said, man, there's a lot to love here because he's 6'6". What's he go, like 230? Ran 4.36 at the combine. And he's got a nice arm, and he started 25 SEC games for Arkansas. And they weren't very good, but I would watch him because he's mesmerizing, because if you watch him carefully, you say, wow, that was a nice throw. Oh, that was good. That was stupid, but that was nice. And I don't know why they took 8 of their 10 picks were offensive players, which is great. And then why would you do that to Shedeur? Why would you bring in a kid? And it just scares me that
he brought in Shedeur because Shedeur needs a solidified backup that will be able to move the ball, just in case he needs to rest for a minute or two, just in case he needs to rest for a quarter, just in case he needs to go to the locker room for some tape or for some treatment, just in case, Skip. Andrew Berry brought even Taylen in to support Shedeur Sanders. I was about to go somewhere. Let's keep going.
Monken is saying, I can work with that. I can do something with that, because there's just a lot to like. He's not just a running quarterback. Because
now, mind you, Skip just said at the beginning of this clip that he saw Taylen Green in the combine, and he said, well, why nobody's talking about that? Oh, that looks nice there. But Skip is scared because Taylen Green is on the same team as Shedeur Sanders. Nah, Skip, this is finna work out. This is finna be a vantage piece for Shedeur Sanders and Taylen Green, because he's going to be Taylen Green and Shedeur Sanders in the same locker room. They're going to connect in so many ways. Trust Skip. Now, Skip was just uplifting the young man in the beginning of the clip, but now he's been in the same room with Shedeur Sanders. He done got scared. Ain't no need to get scared, Skip. This is okay. Shedeur Sanders is QB1. Let's keep going.
He was, what, 9th in the country this year in yards per completion.
Did y'all hear? So this is more proof. Like I said, I just found this clip here 5 o'clock this morning. Taylen Green was 9 overall in the country in terms of yards. And y'all said that the NFL didn't rail him just like Shedeur Sanders. See, now Shedeur Sanders has somebody else to look him eye to eye. They can say, bruh, I'm going to support you because I know what they did to you. Taylen Green is going to say, Shedeur Sanders, I know what they did to you. Shedeur Sanders is going to be able to say, hey, Taylen Green, I know what they did to you. We going to work this thing out. We both finna eat Taylen Green. We both finna eat Shedeur Sanders. Now, this is how we're going to work this thing. Shedeur Sanders has somebody that he's able to look into the eyes of and know that somebody can feel and know exactly what he's been through. These two brothers about to work together and take over the NFL. And guess who saw the whole entire thing played out? It was Andrew Berry. Man. Yo. Shedeur Sanders now got somebody that he can actually talk to on that level and say, bro, guess what? It's room for both of us at the top, especially based off these contracts. Hey, the NFL done got over you, Taylen Green. Hey, Taylen Green to Shedeur. Hey, Shedeur, the NFL done got over you. You know what? We both finna eat. And our next contracts, we both get that bag. And bro, wherever you land up, bro, wherever you land up, we go see each other again. But for this rookie contract, we finna ride out together, y'all. We finna ride out together. See, the media, don't let the media put any how can I say it, dissension between Shedeur Sanders and Taylen Green. That's what they would want. Imagine how powerful when Shedeur Sanders and Taylen Green link up together, because they can relate to each other on a level that nobody can relate to Shedeur Sanders on besides a Taylen Green. They're going to be able to comfort each other. They're going to be able to talk to each other. And they're going to say, brother, it's room at the top for both of us. For both of us. Especially on these little contracts. The NFL unstole from you. The NFL unstole from me. Guess what? We going to hit them back to back. Back to back. Andrew Berry, Shedeur Sanders, Taylen Green. All three with Todd Monken in these plays, they back to make the NFL crumble, y'all. I hate the word a three-headed dragon, but basically they're about to be three-headed masterful pieces. They finna carve up the offense and the defense. Let me keep going, y'all. Y'all done got me excited, y'all. Hold on. Nobody was thinking about Cleveland Browns until Shedeur Sanders got there. Yes, AB knows that he has to clean house when he got there. It was just right, perfect timing. Yes, when all Andrew Berry needed was someone to kind of energize the Cleveland Browns organization, and he saw that Shedeur Sanders, he said, oh, this young man think that I'm about to unlock his future. He saw the power that Shedeur Sanders was coming in. He said, I'm going to get that piece, because when I'm unlocking Shedeur Sanders is going to be unlocking me. That's what Andrew Berry saw in Shedeur Sanders. And look, if you don't believe me, look what just happened. All A's across the NFL. Everybody's talking about Cleveland Browns. Andrew Berry, even the chains and the handcuffs that we didn't even know that was on Andrew Berry has been released. Everybody giving Andrew Berry his props. Even the people that has the confidence to give him his props, they're giving him his props, and they're confused on how did he do it. I got the proof. Hold on, y'all. I got the proof. Taylen Green is not just a quarterback. He's going to be used different ways. Right. Everyone need to hit the like button. Oh, thank you, Evelyn. Yeah, please, everybody hit the like button from Lady E. What's up, Jeffrey Champion? Also, Andrew Berry will also take a quarterback in the draft. He sees as facts. And y'all, let me tell you one thing. Everybody is saying now that the dust has settled and everybody is looking at this minus emotions, they're saying actually this is the future backup quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. They don't see Dillon Gabriel being there. And you know, Deshaun Watson only got one more year. Now, I saw people on social media, and I'm not going to hold you long, maybe 10 more minutes. They're saying now that, what did they say? Taylen Green is not going to impact Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. Hey, if you didn't know if Shedeur Sanders was not QB1, listen to what I just said. Andrew Berry said Taylen Green entering the locker room is not going to impact Shedeur Sanders or Deshaun Watson. You know why he's not going to impact Shedeur Sanders? Because Shedeur Sanders is already QB1. And you know why Taylen Green is not going to impact Deshaun Watson? Deshaun Watson only got one more year on contract. And Andrew Berry said at the combine and after the combine, they will be in search for a quarterback, a younger quarterback. Deshaun Watson, I'm pretty sure he already knows his future. He may just want to end his last contract on a good note, right? And go to another team if he wants to go to another team. But there's one name that Andrew Berry did not bring up, and that was Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel is the one that definitely should be worried at this time. Let me go in and finish playing this, and then I'll say the other clip for later, y'all.
With what was it, like 14 per completion, is pretty good. And I'm saying, what are you doing to Shedeur? Why would you bring in a kid even younger than him now and say, well, he's got a chance to be the third quarterback? I don't know. It just irked me.
And this is proof, y'all. This is proof that everybody got PTSD regarding what Kevin Stefanski did to Shedeur Sanders last year. They fearing a backup quarterback. Every team has backup quarterback. Kevin Stefanski gave us trauma. Everybody trauma last year.
Shedeur's sake, it's just a small sign of disrespect that in the 6th round you have to say, oh, we're going to take a project quarterback who's got potential to be more than just a running quarterback. I don't know.
I think he just do that for the future. If it don't work out with Deshaun or Shedeur,
it's gonna work out with Shedeur.
Maybe I could put a QB running style offense together for this dude. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see nothing wrong with it, man. He like you said, he's a talented guy. He a unicorn of a quarterback.
He is unicornish, but
now everybody calling Taylen Green that unicorn that we saw at the combine, y'all.
But again, he just turning it over like crazy.
Right.
And why did he turn it over? He didn't have an O-line, y'all. He didn't have an O-line.
He wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
But Todd Monken look at that like, shit, I could do something with that.
He's doing. That's what he's saying.
And you know why Todd Monken said he could do something with a Taylen Green? Because Taylen Green coach is the same coach that was college coach for Michael Vick and Lamar Jackson. Ooh, let me calm down.
Exactly. Because if you just watch him on television, you just say, yeah, like, oh, that'll work.
He's talking about Taylen Green.
That's probably what Monken was saying.
And remember, Taylen Green was the Mountain West. He started at Boise State. So he's the Mountain West Freshman of the Year. Then he was the Mountain West Offensive Player of the Year his second year starting. So he's got some credentials. You know, he's not just a flash in the pan for 1 year at Arkansas.
And he could throw. So if it do work out with Shedeur, say Deshaun is gone next year, now you got a solid little backup. You know what I'm saying?
There it is, y'all.
If something happens to Shedeur, he get hurt or whatever, you got somebody who could come in and play, man. So I just feel like for OC like Monken, it's hard for him to pass up a guy like that.
And for an OC like Monken, whose mind
It's out there.
I just want to point something out. Terrell Pryor was a quarterback coming out of college.
I need to look up Terrell
had all
Pryor.
these attributes and whatever, and was a 1,000-yard receiver. So maybe his mind is thinking, "Hey, don't pan out. He's such a freak athlete that we might can." You know what I'm saying? Like,
Now, I think Monken mind is okay. Hold on, Terrell Pryor. He got metrics and stats better than Terrell Pryor. Remember, I told you last night that Monken can also use Taylen Green on the field as a decoy wide receiver. When you see Taylen Green out there with Shedeur Sanders, the defense is not going to know what to do. They don't know who's going to throw the ball, what Taylen Green is going to do. Just by putting Taylen Green on the field, they got to see him as a QBQ, quarterback to quarterback, what they call it, system, a dual quarterback RPO system, nightmare mode, or a potential even intermediate wide receiver at 6'6", and then take him out the game. This has opened up the playbook on so many levels. It's about to get scary. It's 420 always say it's about to get dangerous. Hold on, almost done.
I don't know where his mind is at with getting a guy like that. When you got a guy that's that skilled or that like athletic,
Didn't you play with?
Yeah, I was with, so Terrell Pryor's 1,000-yard year was my rookie.
That's right.
yeah. So I'm saying,
So it wasn't just, you know, TP didn't just play receiver though. They had a lot of different packages to where I'd come out and he'd go in as a wildcat quarterback who could also throw. So there's different possibilities.
Hey, now this is Cody Kessler's talking. He used to be an NFL quarterback. He just said, Skip, hey, going back to your point, he said you can use him as a wildcat QB. I brought this up Saturday, y'all. Now, this is an NFL quarterback, retired NFL quarterback. Did you say, hey, no, Skip, you can use him as a wild card. You go as a wildcat QB.
How was his arm? I don't remember.
Pryor's arm?
Yeah.
He's talented, man. He could spin it. He could throw it really well. But he was a great receiver too, man. I know it wasn't his natural
Great
position.
is a strong word.
He was great for what we had in Cleveland that year.
All right, here we
He's
go.
my dog, man. Hey,
There we go.
To go from
Strong word.
playing quarterback your whole life to becoming a 1,000-yard receiver in Cleveland, and I didn't play the best. We had 3 different.
And Andrew Barrett has already answered that question to the media. Now, that's one thing he did say without hesitation. Taylen Green will not go to wide receiver. He will be quarterback. We're going to talk about that behind the scenes, y'all. Andrew Barry know exactly what the media was trying to get. We're going to talk about that, y'all.
football
That year,
player.
he played well, man.
He's
He
a
did some good
football
stuff.
player.
I'm a big fan of TP.
Yeah,
You want to say, okay, in context, I'm not saying he's a great good receiver, great athlete, talented at 2 positions. But
Listen.
to your point, Skip, with this quarterback situation, there's a couple ways to look at this. I think this was more of a luxury pick because they addressed the positional needs
Right.
they needed to address on offense. So they're sitting there in the 6th round like, all right, we got offensive lineman, we got wide receiver, we got multiple needs already. Let's just take best available. A guy that
It's
we
the
think
unicorn on the board.
Let's go get this quarterback and see what he can do, maybe at quarterback or in some of these wildcat situations. And it's also to bolster up that room. You know, this year he's not going to come in and most likely won't compete for the starting job. It's to add some depth on the back end of that roster in case things don't work out with Dylan Gabriel or whoever doesn't win that starting job. They don't feel great about them as a backup. So you have an extra body in there to compete with those guys. And then if it doesn't work this year because Deshaun and Shedeur will 100% get their opportunity this year, now you have someone else that you can develop for the
Now,
future.
they ain't letting Shedeur go.
I think Taylen Green, from what I saw Terrell Pryor at Ohio State, is a little freakier than Pryor was. Overall freakier, just a little taller and a little faster, and throws it.
I need to look
He's
up
got a big arm. I
Terrell
don't know.
Pryor.
He
Dude, a
can-
crazy athlete.
He's
crazy.
He's just crazy because he would he jump 43.5 on the
Numbers was crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
numbers were crazy.
Okay, so the Browns lost.
So that's what I'm saying. Andrew Barry did this for many ways to put Taylen Green in the locker room for so many ways and so many reasons, and to take him out of the hands from other NFL teams for multiple reasons, to protect him, protect his dream, and also take him out of the hands for anybody that we go up against, because it's unlimited. But thank you, Jeffrey, for that. Thank you, Jeffrey. Terrell Pryor was a super athletic quarterback. Different teams tried to make him tried to make the starter, didn't work, came over to Cleveland, we moved him to receiver, he had 1,000 yards, right? And that I think it was the interview with RG3 that I found maybe a month ago. Go back to RG3 channel, I forgot what it's called. On May the 9th, he actually interviewed Taylen Green. Now, what I didn't know from that interview, RG3 has been helping Taylen Green also behind the scenes develop into an NFL quarterback. And they also talked about Bobby Petrino, who I didn't know was also Mike Vick's and Lamar Jackson's coach. So the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit with this pick here. The sky is the limit with this pick. Now, what I was bringing up in that potential, also in that interview, RG3 brought up Terrell Pryor and some other quarterbacks who other teams pressured them out of being a quarterback into a wide receiver. That's why Andrew Berry already knew what the play was to drop Taylen Green, because y'all, guess what? We talked about where Shedeur Sanders was projected to go in the NFL draft. Well, Taylen Green, despite all of his inconsistencies because he didn't have an O-line, he was projected to go in the 3rd or the 4th round. How did he drop to the 6th round, y'all? Because the NFL, they saw the talent in him, but they just didn't want to utilize him as a quarterback. They want to put him on that sideline and let him run the wide receiver, when that's not the young man's dream. Now, that would have been an NFL's dream, but that's not Taylen Green. Andrew Berry, once again, has protected another young quarterback dreams. Okay, but thank you for that, Jeffrey. Taysom Hill has done everything for the Saints. Throw the ball, catch it, be the running back, return kick. I see, come on with it. Taylen Green, oh my God. And y'all know, like I said, Shedeur Sanders now Shedeur Sanders, Ty Simpson got drafted. Ty Simpson in his rookie contract is probably going to get over roughly what, 60 to 50 million dollars up, plus more, plus endorsements. Shedeur Sanders, right? He's going to take us to the playoffs, could take us to a Super Bowl on a rookie contract worth $4 million in its entirety. So when you do the math and you take away the taxes, Shedeur Sanders is only, like I said last night, maybe bringing home $600,000 a year. We want him to have a backup. So when it comes to that second NFL contract, he maximizes it and he get plus everything he lost in interest. This is why Taylen Green is needed. So Shedeur Sanders don't have to put the team on his back for $600,000 a year. When Shedeur Sanders get us to the playoffs and to the Super Bowl, once again, he'll go down in history as being the lowest paid NFL quarterback to get a team to the playoff and the Super Bowl. Taylen Green is needed, y'all, because when he does get that second NFL contract, we don't want Shedeur Sanders going into that contract banged up leg, banged up CTE, banged up back. And then they're going to question, well, is Shedeur Sanders really worth his second NFL contract? He barely can throw the ball now. He's been sacked so many times. Oh, he's been injured here. He's been injured here. Taylen Green would be able to give some cushion to Shedeur Sanders' body moving forward this year. Let me go ahead. Hey, how you doing? Taylen Green is 6'4". Joe Flacco is 6'6". No. Taylen Green is taller than 6'4". Taylen Green is taller than 6'4". But thank you. I ain't know Joe Flacco was 6'6". Flacco was traded to the Bengals. Yeah, Flacco was definitely traded to the Bengals. Now, if I misspoke, I misspoke. But no, Taylen Green is taller than 6'4". Taylen Green taller than 6'4". At the combine, they had him 6'5". Now they talking about he's 6'6". Now, I didn't know Joe Flacco was that tall, but Taylen Green is taller than 6'4". But yeah, Flacco was traded to the Bengals. I ain't even talking about it. Another season, another quarterback. No. The media is making it out to that, not the Cleveland Browns leadership in front office. They already know who's in the pecking order. It's the media that's trying to make this out. So many people is talking about and waking up to the advantage of having a Taylen Green with Shedeur Sanders. There's no controversy. I'm talking about the advantages. This is about to work out. What's up, Justine? What's going on, Justine? Right, Ty Simpson. What? That's right. Ty Simpson was not supposed to go that early at all. Taylen Green played 25 games, star games alone at Arkansas, a SEC school, right? Now I may have that wrong, but I know it's a SEC school. I'm thinking he played 25 games. Did y'all know that Taylen Green, out of the whole entire country quarterbacks this year, was ranked number 9 in terms of passing yards? Number 9. And y'all say, I'm not gonna say y'all. This is proof that Taylen Green was buried on purpose. But guess what? Because they buried him, just like Shedeur Sanders, he landed in the right spot. But yeah, Taylen Green, I'm gonna say Ty Simpson was not supposed to. And I kept saying Ty Simpson's spot. I really think even Mendoza's spot was Taylen Green. I'm gonna say that with my chest. But hey, if they wanted to give that to Mendoza, okay. But I definitely know for sure that Ty Simpson's spot was Taylen Green. Taylen Green supposed to have went into the first round. Say that with my chest. Taylen Green is 6'6". That's right. Taylen Green is 6'6". That's tight end usually. Right. And he's a quarterback. And with speed too. His speed is 4.35, y'all. Okay, I'm not gonna hold y'all long. I got 5 more minutes. Let's see here. Watson and Sanders has been taking the same amount of reps and they're rotating them back and forth. I can see that. Listen, what, and I think that's also in good faith, Jeffrey. So we've been tracking the Cleveland Browns, down to the details over here for months now. And I think it's in good faith. How can I say this? Deshaun Watson, what he did for the Cleveland Browns organization when he restructured his contract, that opened up, 50 million? I think it was like $46 to $50 million in salary cap. Now, if I was leadership, I would, go ahead. You can get some more reps because they know he's only going to be here for 1 more year and that his body may only hold up 3 to 4 games. So they just doing this in good faith. Hey, man, you scratched our back. We're going to scratch yours. You already know you won't be here next year. We got Shedeur Sanders. Basically, they have told Deshaun Watson, you're not going to be here next year because we done picked up a Taylen Green. But, hey, if you want to go ahead and get some more on your resume, hey, we'll let you play some games. You know, if you want to go to another team next year, we're going to do that for you because you open up that salary cap. So they're going to utilize him. And actually, Taylen Green, he still needs to be developed. So Deshaun Watson would definitely be Shedeur Sanders' backup QB this year. Taylen Green, just like Shedeur Sanders said, even though Kevin Stefanski had him on the bench, quote unquote, watching for many reasons, Shedeur Sanders was still able to see what an NFL game lens was from a quarterback on the sideline. He said, this game is much faster. This game is this. Oh, I had to know this. I had to learn this. So Taylen Green, he still is not ready to enter the field. Now, can I see by week 6 or 7, Todd Monken throwing in Taylen Green in the game for 1 or 2 plays just to mess up the defense? For sure. Mind you, he was the 9th leading quarterback across the country in terms of passing yards. Yeah, I would throw him in for 1 or 2 plays. Maybe for 1 or 2 plays in the game. And guess what? One thing about it, Shedeur Sanders, all of these pieces they picked up, one thing about it, you don't even have to run no gimmicks. That means that the defense don't know what they coming in because with Dylan Gabriel, you all know what you're going to get dinking and dunking. With Taylen Green, Shedeur Sanders, that combination along with those elite offenses they just picked up, they don't have to run no gimmick plays. They can run whatever 99,000 offensive schemes they came up in practice and executed. Monken, this ball now is in your hands, Monken. Andrew Berry has done his job. So, Monken, this is on you now. Andrew Berry has done his job. He have even given you a luxury piece in Taylen Green. He done gave you a tight end that's 6'5". He done gave you Spencer Fano, your left tackle. He done gave you Casey Concepcion. What? that red zone killer. I'm gonna call him that killer in terms of wide receiver, and that yak yard achiever. I'm gonna call him that. He done gave you that 6'3", that 6'4" Boston, that 50-50 wide receiver player. He done gave you another tight end. He done gave you that center. He done gave you that 6'5" tight end. He done gave you that luxury piece, Taylen Green, and he also gave you another tight end in the 7th round. And y'all, if y'all don't know this, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Guess what? Now, this is what the Cleveland media needs to be talking about in terms of a competition, y'all. Hold on. They both took 16 snaps, and Watson, I think he's a number 2 quarterback. That's why he's taking first-team reps, because Todd is good coaching. Yeah, I agree with you. We just excited over here, Jeffrey. We excited. Y'all, let me tell you one thing. This is what the Cleveland media need to be focused on. Now, and y'all, I just reread this. I kind of scanned over it before, but this is exactly what I was about to say. Forget about a competition quarterback, right? This is from the Dogs, the Cleveland Browns Twitter, right? Forget about a quarterback competition. The Browns clearly gearing up for a wide receiver battle this summer to compile the best unit possible. All right, y'all. Now let me go ahead and list all the wide receivers that the Cleveland Browns have on the roster. This is the battle, y'all. They got Jerry Jeudy. They got Cedric Tillman. They got Isaiah Bond. They got Malachi Corley. They got Jamari Thrash. They got Gabe Laberdan. They got Isaiah Wooden. They got Luke Floria. Hold on. In addition to Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston, Tylen Wallace. We got another Tylen on there. Aaron Anderson. Cole Wilson, and also they picked up Janalon Dupree, y'all. What we talking about? 14 wide receivers. 14 wide receivers that the Cleveland Browns already had and picked up in undrafted free agency. Cleveland Brown, that's what you need to focus on, not the quarterback room. There's no competition in the quarterback. There's no competition. Every team has a QB1, QB2, QB3, and one on the practice squad. Hey, choose your pick between Dylan Gabriel and Taylen Green, however you want to. 1 and 2 has already been solidified. 14 wide receivers, y'all. 14 wide receivers. Let's keep going. 14 wide receivers. Jerry Dude, I've seen him bouncing back. Hey, we did say he needed to do something this year. 14 wide receivers. The pressure is on Jerry Jeudy. He didn't have much help at receiver position last year. Well, you could say he didn't have much help last year but Jerry Jeudy, he did much damage to his own self dropping those balls. Perfect passes, dropping those balls. But we shall see. We already knew when Todd Monken came in and spoke at the combine that Jerry Jeudy, he only got 1 more year on contract, right? So even if he wants to play for the Cleveland Browns or another team, he has to produce this year. He has to produce this year. He has to. If he wants to get another contract with the Cleveland Browns or go to another team, you got to produce. Because right now, the only thing that's stuck in everybody's head is what you did in 2025 with those drop passes. I'm sorry, Jerry. But now that you got 13 other players in that wide receiver room, can you breathe, Jerry? Can you breathe? This is about to be interesting, y'all. This is about to be interesting. All right, I'll hit 47 minutes. And that's all I wanted to bring to you this morning. That's Todd is good coaching. Yeah. To get the backers ready to play. And listen, let me tell you one thing. I didn't know, like I said, Lamar Jackson, I knew of the championships that he brought to the University of Georgia. Now, the Stetson people last night or this weekend was bringing up Stetson. Steve McVay for the LA Rams was mad that the owners picked up Ty Simpson. That was not his choice. They said because the room after Matt Stafford left, the next one in line was going to be Stetson. I'm assuming his name. And I didn't know that Todd Monken had developed that quarterback, and he's totally different from Lamar Jackson. So Todd Monken, once he said, he came in doing his presser, he said he doesn't have a vanilla offensive playbook, especially for the quarterbacks. He builds around the strengths of each quarterback. So y'all, we're in for a treat this year. So just remember, just like Shedeur Sanders, just like Coach Prime, just like you can't tell me Andrew Berry's not a praying man, just like Todd Monken. Hey, somebody told me you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you, okay? Ooh, this is about to be good. This is about to be good. And all things work for those that love God. Oh my gosh. Y'all, we seeing this out in play. We seeing this out play out in realistic time, y'all. The NFL has been revolutionized. I'm going to say the public has been revolutionized. I'm going to say spiritually, things are being revolutionized. And that Shedeur Sanders think that, hey, I'm going to unlock him. He said, Shedeur Sanders is going to unlock me. And then you see what Andrew Berry, he has stole the keys from the NFL. Ooh. Sylvester, I'm gonna leave you on that note. I'm not gonna hold you that long. Thank you for coming in here. Thank you for, I love this, y'all. Thank you. Hold on, did I miss something? Hold on, I'm gonna read all my comments. Jerry Jeudy is good. Had 3 different quarterbacks last year. Didn't have help receiver. That's why I'm not willing to give up on him after bad will. Hey, he's still on the team. And we shall see, Jeffrey. We shall see. Now, KC Concepcion, he's coming from college. He's had some drop balls. But Jerry Jeudy has been in the league for how many years? And he was dropping passes like that, Jeffrey. Now, another wide receiver on the roster, Jeffrey. We just got to talk about this. Another wide receiver on the roster. What did they have to do with Jerry Jeudy hands? When the balls came to his hands. And let's talk about, come on, Jeffrey. You don't open up a can of worms. Let's talk about that beautiful play. That beautiful play that Shedeur Sanders threw to Jerry Jeudy in that Las Vegas game. I'm going to say Shedeur Sanders threw that at least about 40, 50 yards. I'm going to give it 40, 50 yards. It landed in Jerry Jeudy's hand. Jerry Jeudy caught the ball running down the sideline. He kind of looks back. The defender is right there. He does that hopscotch jump in the air. I don't know what he was doing. And then the defender is able to get him and knock the ball out. And they take the ball back. That had nothing to do with another receiver on the roster. And everybody know what play I'm talking about. When Jerry Jeudy caught the ball, he ran about 10 to 15 yards. He turns to the side, see the defender. He jumps up in the air looking like a little hopscotch. I don't know what he was doing, acrobatic. And the defender come and tackle him. Now, the defender, if you see the defender, even if, let's say if Jerry Jeudy caught a Charlie horse at that time, if you see the defender is right there, and let's say, give it the benefit of the doubt, he catches a Charlie horse, why you didn't secure the ball? You could have got tackled and still secured the ball, but no, you get hit and the ball comes out, you fumble, and god dang, the team, the Raiders got the ball back. What that got to do with Jerry Jeudy hands? I'm gonna say a fellow wide receivers on the roster has nothing to do with. It's Jerry Jeudy hands. It's Jerry Jeudy hands. So whatever KC Concepcion, whatever physical therapy or whatever training he's getting behind the scenes, Jerry Jeudy need to be right beside him because he need to work on them hands. But I got you, Jeffrey. Thank you for the comments this morning. I got you, Jeffrey. Now, Jeffrey, make sure you come back over here when the season starts. And I'm covering these games live. We're going to talk about Jerry Jeudy live on the scene, on demand. So make sure when you jumping through all these different rooms doing the games, make sure you come over here at Toney Talks, Vested Up Compelling Sports. Because I'll be looking for you, Jeffrey. Did you see your boy Jeudy? But hopefully Jerry has it. Now listen, y'all. I said this before the draft. If they did not pick up, let's say if they missed out on all the wide receivers that they wanted for the Cleveland Browns, if Jerry Jeudy at least improved his catch rate 70 to 80% compared to last year, I still say, hey, we still gonna make the playoffs. Now with Jerry Jeudy got pressure because, hey, quote unquote, they say everybody needs a little competition, right? A little pressure on them to be their best version of themselves, right? But now that we got Jerry Jeudy, he's gonna be better. We got 14 wide receivers. We got Denzel Bond, KC Concepcion. I like that. Denzel Boston, KC Concepcion. And what we talking about? 10 other wide receivers, man, it's about to get nice in the Cleveland Browns organization, y'all. It's about to get nice. But Vestas, I'm not going to hold you any longer. Thank you, Jeffrey, for all the new Vestas coming in here. I do need to go back and look at Terrell Pryor. So I'm going to do my homework on him. And Lady E, thank you so much for your love. And also Justine, thank you for being 10 tones down from day one. And also for you, Sharon. Yes. All right, Vestas, I'm going to let you go now. I'm not going to hold you up. You got to go in that office. Go ahead. Thank you, Jeffrey.